Hello and welcome back to Alex Goes Sailing, and you join me for the second part of my first sailing adventure in Meraki, my boat that I've just rebuilt. Now, quick recap, in the last episode you would have seen me and my friend Sam launch Meraki from the slipway at Northerly Marina at the top of Hayling Island, and then we made our way out into Chichester Harbour, and then anchored for the night at East Head, where we've been before, and then we got up first thing in the morning and we made our way out into the Solent and put the sails up. So that's where we got to. The plan for the rest of the trip was to sail across the Benbridge, which is on the east side of the Isle of Wight, drop an anchor in one of the little bays there and spend the night, and then the next morning we would sail back across the Chichester Harbour and then pull Meraki back out of the slipway and up onto my trailer so we could go home. Now on the way over we went through the shipping lane and came across some pretty big ships, but not too much trouble there, and we just carried on sailing and had a great time. It took us about 3.5 hours to get to Benbridge, and once we got there we threw the anchor in for the night. Now since the weather was so good and the water was so clear, me and Sam decided to go for a swim. That water was really clear, almost like being in the Mediterranean. We were that lucky, but it's getting pretty cold. The sun's going down, and we decided to get our food going. Now on Meraki we have 2 portable gas hobs. Do pretty well, pretty easy. You can sling them out on deck, or you can even take them to the beach if you wanted to. That was the idea behind them. And then we won't really be cooking underway, so there's not too much an issue in that stance. And if you do, it's just gonna be snacks. You won't really want to be cooking, especially on such a small boat where it's gonna be a little bit rolly. But we got some pasta going and some bolognese, and we watched the sunset and had a bit of booze as well. Now we'd just woken up and it was low tide, and we were just skimming off the bottom of the anchorage. It was a little bit jolty, but it wasn't actually that bad. We were literally just skimming, like we were still floating, but just a slight roll got each of our keels digging into the sand a little bit. But that slowly went away in about like half an hour. As soon as it switched, we pulled back out from the changing current, and then we were good to go. And we got the sausages out, sausages and beans, pretty strong breakfast there. And then we can get cracking with the rest of the day and sail back to Hayling Island. Now the sail back to Hayling Island was really good, perfect wind. We did cloud over a little bit, but that gave the sunburn a little rest. We got wing on wing, going downwind, and I became a whisker pole for about an hour. And yeah, pretty perfect day of sailing. And then we got back to Hayling Island and through the channel. So once safely back into the harbour, Sam took a little kip, and I was single-handed for pretty much all the way back to the Marina, and it's pretty fun. Had to do a tack or two to keep it in the channel and pinched a few degrees to wind, so that was also pretty fun, seeing how well she would sail single-handed. Most challenging bit was getting the jib across because of the baby stay, but then we dropped the sails and motored back into the Marina. Now getting into the marina is quite easy, and pulling alongside the pontoons also easy, but it can get really busy at times, which is no fun. But we were feeling quite nervous for getting Meraki onto the trailer for the first time, as we've never done it before with this boat. Did it with the last boat, that was fairly easy, and I think I got the system pretty well done, and she came out quite easily, I thought. A little bit tricky lining her up, but she got her in. So that was a pretty painless process, and turned out really well. The only thing I have to do is adjust the rails at the rear, because the keels tend to lean to one side with the current or the wind and rub on the rear wheels. That was nothing too crazy, and I'm quite happy that we got it out of the water so easily. And then we just dropped the mast down and packed her up and ready to take her back home so we can get some projects done and pack her up for the season. So thanks everyone for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next episode.